So good day or good morning once again. Now I will be doing another video instruction since I will not be around for 3 consecutive days, and this video instruction particularly will be your reference for the second day of our session in life and career skills. Now, this will be the second topic for Unit 2, and this lesson is about creating personal fitness routines. Now, also, after my video instruction, I would also be requiring you to come up with an output, individual output, and I will tell you about the instructions later as I am done with the presentation of my uh, video instruction, the lesson 2. Okay, so the learning outcomes na at the end of this lesson, the learner should be able to exhibit understanding of routines that promote physiological development, health, personal development, and well-being. Now, again, this is for the lesson 2 of Unit 2. And this video instruction will be utilized for the second day of your session in life and career skills. So this will be your reference for the second day. Now, your learning targets would be at the end of this lesson, you should be able to do the following. Design a simple fitness routine appropriate for one's lifestyle. Demonstrate understanding of frequency, intensity, time, and type for the FIT principle. Then set achievable fitness goals for personal health improvement. And the last is practice commitment and discipline in following healthy routines. Now, again, we may be encountering issues as we go on with our discussion, with my discussion through this video instruction, and would be able to address these issues as I go on with the delivery of the lesson. So how does physical activity influence not just your body, but your identity, mindset, and relationship with others? What makes a personal fitness plan effective, and how can you adapt it to fit your lifestyle and goals? And the last, in what ways do grit, goal setting, and self-regulation help you stay committed to your health and personal growth? Now, mind you guys that these essential questions will also be part of the output that you are going to submit to me for the second session. And of course, before you get to write your insights, you have to do a collaboration first with your classmates, and you have to extract their insights as well. So at least you will be able to draw your own perception and understanding based on how you get to address these questions as essential in the process of understanding about creating personal fitness routines. Okay, so before we move further with our lesson, I will be presenting here a warm up. And again, this will also be part of your output. And I'll be reading you the instruction. So the first one is read each statement carefully. Then you choose the letter that best describes your usual behavior. So your answer would either be A as always, S for sometimes, and N for never. So you just answer using the letter only for A, representing always, S for sometimes, and N for never. Then write your answers in your notebook, or what I mean, your answers will be written on a sheet of paper, the yellow paper, and this will be considered as your output number 2 for the second day of our session in life and career skills. Then, of course, the last instruction would be you have to be honest. This is a self-check, not a test. Okay, so I guess I will just read to you the statements, then later you just backread them, no, and be able to answer. So number one, I engage in at least 30 minutes of physical activity most days of the week. Number two, I notice that my concentration or focus improves after I move or exercise. Number three, I am aware of how my body feels during or after a physical activity. Number four, I intentionally set small health or fitness goals for myself. Number five, I feel more confident or proud after I complete a workout or active task. Again, guys, I will read to you first the statements, no, then later just uh, go back, read them again, and there you will answer after every statement. Moving on, we have number six. I make time for movement or exercise even when I have a busy schedule. Number seven, I try to improve my physical skills like strength or flexibility by practicing regularly. Number eight, I prac I participate in group or team activities that involve physical movement. Number nine, I adjust my activities. Sorry, there is a disturbance with the barking of the dog. So again, I will just pause for the meantime. Again, for number eight, I participate in a group or team activities that involve my physical movement. Number nine, I adjust my activities when I face challenges like time, space, or weather. The number 10, the last item, is I believe that being active contributes to my growth as a person, not just physically. So, again, guys, this warm up activity will be part of your output that you are to submit to me when I come back, and this will be your output number two. Okay, so let me now start with the discussion. Now we have here a concept or idea that I am presenting. The physical self refers to how individuals perceive their bodies, how they move, and how they respond to physical challenges. So it pertains basically to how you develop the awareness of the different body parts and how they specifically function. Being able to respond to any situation requiring movement such as a physical challenge in your day-to-day encounter. Now, the FEAT model structures effective exercise planning. So as you can see at the right part of the screen, you have the FEAT model structure. FEAT is represented as the principles of the components of fitness, no, for the frequency, how often to exercise. Now, for adolescents, this is the ideal time frame that you need to consider 60 minutes daily moderate to vigorous activity, physical activity. Then for adults, you have 150 to 300 minutes per week. So basically, that is the ideal time frame that you get to follow. For adolescents, you have the 60 minutes time frame, the timetable. For adults, you have 150 to 300 minutes per week. And intensity of the kind of physical activity that you will engage is moderate to vigorous. Now, for the intensity, this pertains to the effort level. Now, we have here the intensity level. We have the moderate. That may imply that you can still talk but not sing. Then for the vigorous physical activity, it is now by that time difficult to speak. So for the time, this represents the duration of its session, equivalent to 20 to 60 minutes recommended, then shorter bouts also beneficial. For the type, you have the kind of exercise. You know, it may either be an aerobic exercise or you are only specifically focused on the strength, you know, that you want to develop in your body, or you want to be specific with flexibility only, or you want to combine all these elements or dynamics of the components of fitness. Okay. So these are the elements of fitness activities. When a person engages in physical activities, he must observe these elements to better focus on physical development. Frequency refers to the number of times to engage in physical activity in a day, a week, or a month. Intensity is the manner in which the physical activity is performed. What specifications do you follow when doing a physical activity? Is it light, moderate, or vigorous? The length of time you intend to stay and perform the physical activity refers to duration. It matters when focusing on a certain body part you wish to develop or enhance. Lastly, the nature of exercise you get to pick and perform is also a great deal. When the kind of nature of the physical activity you engage sparks your interest, you will gladly repeat the engagement. So you have here the components of a personal fitness routine. Now, for the warm-up workout or cool-down, a complete routine includes a warm-up, main workout, and cool-down. So you see and observe the procedural system that you need to apply before engaging into a physical activity that you have to perform first the warm-up. Then, of course, after which the thing that will follow is the main workout. Then after the main workout, you follow the cool down to prevent injury and facilitate recovery. Then you have the safety progressive overload. The proper form, adequate rest, and hydration are essential. So be wise enough to realize the importance of warming up before initiating a physical activity. It will prepare your body for a possible pressure. When you are able to warm up, your body is adjusting gradually to the elevation of pressure you put to your physical workout. Cooling has a different effect too. Also, it is equally significant to observe and consider after the activity. It will restore back to the normal function of your body and make you more relaxed. Remember too to observe safety in doing exercise. Improper use of equipment or improper body movement can lead to possible injury. As much as possible, avoid getting injured since the rehabilitation process takes time to mend. Rest is also important. Your body needs a time to breathe and recover from the pressure. Moreover, do not forget to replenish water. While doing the activity, you lose a lot of water from your body, so it is recommended to rehydrate to replenish the loss of water. Now, we have here the components of a personal fitness routine. I guess this will be part of your activity inside the class, perhaps that you need to have a collaboration with your classmates, you know. And of course, this will be part of the output as well. Now, again, let me just remind you that your output is individual, and this is your second output, apart from the first one, that will be for the first session because I will be out for 3 consecutive days. So you will be having at most 3 outputs to submit within a week. So this will be part of your second output, individual output. But of course, there has to be a collaboration with your classmates. No use. Okay, I will just read to you the instruction using available resources. Students can exercise with body weight at home, or I guess this will be a considerable school setting, so you may be using facility, or campus features like stairs or open spaces, adapting to available resources, ensure routines are sustainable. Then this is something that will be aligned to the goals, for strength. This is add resistance or body weight intensity. Now, you may either perform planking, the one that you did last time in physical education. This is for the strength, and you may also be performing push-up that will also have the same focus. No, then for the endurance, this entails the increased duration and cardiovascular focus. So you may do a brisk walking, for 2 to 3 laps from fourth floor going up to fifth floor and back again, and then repeat again to complete the lap. Or you may use the entire stories of the building, that will be relevant to the focus that you look into the enhancement of your body, which is endurance. And again, these elements that I'm talking about are part of the components of fitness. You know, it may either be health-related fitness skills, health-related fitness or skills-related fitness. Now, for the flexibility and stress relief, you integrate stretching or yoga. I guess I would suggest you just do some stretching, for your flexibility, or you may perform back again the zipper test and the sit and reach, perhaps for that matter, no. So you are going to perform this set of activities, no, or exercise or movements, no, with the collaboration of your classmate as part of the output for your second session. Then, of course, let me just move this here for me to be able to read. Then this is the setting smart fitness goals. Setting a clear and achievable fitness goal helps give direction and purpose to your routine. The SMART goal setting framework is a helpful guide for making fitness plans more effective and realistic. Now, if you are to engage in physical activity, you have to always relay this physical activity as something that is smart. When we say smart, then your physical activity must be specific, must be measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Okay, now for the specific, it defines exactly what you want to do. Example, you want to walk, to do the brisk walking after school. That is something that relates to being specific. Then for measurable, no, it identify how often or how long. Example, if you want to engage that physical activity within 30 minutes or 4 times a week. So this is um, something that we connect to as measurable. Then achievable, it will make you sure the goal fits your current fitness level and schedule. So something that your body is able to perform, within the capacity level of your body. So that is relevant or relative to achievable as one of the fitness goals. Then, of course, being relevant is that your goal is aligned with your personal health needs or values. No, so whatever is essential and necessary by your body in terms of its enhancement and development, not only for physical aspect, but in all other aspects of your growth and development, psychological, intellectual, social, and other aspects. No, you have to make it a point that the kind of physical activity that you will engage yourselves into are aligned to that. Then, of course, the last is time-bound, which will set a clear time frame for tracking progress. Now, it's important as well that to consider the time-bound since you will be engaging in this physical activity from time to time, with a span of time, the length of time that you want to see yourselves in progress and development and the kind of focus you want to enhance in your body. Okay, let me just also remind you that engaging yourselves in physical activities or doing exercises is not only intended to enhance and develop your body physically, but it also somehow become significant or beneficial um, in your in the development of your cognition, the way you get to think, no, in your mental aspect, in your psychological aspect, in your emotional aspect, and all other aspects of your growth and development. So that's basically the smart fitness goals. Now, for the activity, again, this will be part of your individual output number 2 for the second session. Then let me just read to you the activity, the instruction perhaps. So turn to a seatmate and answer this. Which part of the fit principle do you struggle with the most and why? After sharing, discuss how you can help each other improve that area. Now, I'll be giving you the instruction, guys, on what to do first, what should you write first, and the next until the last part. So, okay, the reflection prompt. Think of a time when you wanted to give up on a personal goal but kept going. What helped you persist? Write your answer on a small card. And so again, the answer that you are going to extract, no, or the kind of answer you are going to process, no, somehow should be written on the paper, which is considered to be as your output number two. So later, I'll give you the instruction which part of the lesson you are going to start answering until the last part. Okay. And this is for the synthesis question. What does the FIT principle stand for and how does it guide the creation of fitness routines? Reflecting on your own habits, what personal value have you strengthened through physical activity? And the synthesis here, this is just the synthesis, no generalization of what I have discussed in my video instruction. Again, let me just read it back to you that fitness and personal development somehow is relative to engaging in physical activities builds not only physical health but also shapes one's identity. Through movement, individuals learn about their capabilities, develop self-confidence, and cultivate values such as discipline and perseverance. Designing fitness routines, the FIT principle, frequency, intensity, time, and type helps individuals structure personalized and sustainable workout plans, including warm-ups, main workouts, and cool-downs, ensures safety and progression while aligning activities with fitness goals. And the last is goal setting and self-regulation using SMART goals supports focused fitness planning, applying life skills such as grit. Goal setting and self-regulation helps learners stay committed, monitor progress, and adapt to challenges, reinforcing both fitness, success, and personal growth. Now, again, let me just give you the instruction clearly so you will be aware of what to do first and what's next until the last part of your activity. So the first thing you are going to reflect on your output number two is for you to answer the this warm up. So this is again output number two and letter A will be the warm up. So you are going to answer these 10 statements, no, based on either whether you choose A, S, or N. So that's your um letter A for output number two. And then letter B, you are going to answer these essential questions. Okay, this will be for letter B. Letter B, number one, how does physical activity influence not just your body, but your identity, mindset, and relationships with others? Number two, what makes a personal fitness plan effective and how can you adapt it to fit your lifestyle and goals? Number three, in what ways do grit, goal setting, and self-regulation help you stay committed to your health and personal growth? Then for letter C of output number two, you are going to answer this. Okay, so which part of the fit principle? Output number two, letter C. Number one, which part of the fit principle do you struggle with the most and why? And that will be the kind of insights you are going to input here. Then, number two, for letter C, think of a time when you wanted to give up on a personal goal but kept going. What helped you persist? So this is number two of letter C, output number two. Then number three, letter C, number three, how does your current lifestyle reflect your values about health and well-being? In what ways could a simple fitness routine help shape how you see and care for yourself? Can history be completely objective or is it always influenced by the historian's perspective? So this will be number three, letter C of your output number two. Then, of course, letter D of your output number two are the synthesis questions. So this is now for part D of output number two. Letter D, number one, what does the FIT principle stand for and how does it guide the creation of fitness routines? Then number two, reflecting on your own habits, what personal value have you strengthened through physical activity? Okay, so you have only four parts of output number two. Letter A, which is the warm up. Letter B, which will be the essential questions. Letter C, the discussion activity. There are three. And then letter D, you have the synthesis questions. So those are the essential questions that you are going to answer, that you are going to answer for output number two. Okay, so I guess that ends that ends my presentation for lesson two of unit two. So thank you for listening and good day to everyone.